just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stress the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening, is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. Hotel war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get him crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it Young Baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit life. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we're in here talking about practice. I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They ring got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this, nigga, I eat bars and drink flows. Thinking you woke into your third eye, a peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy, it's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early, this bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game, these niggas lame, they bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same, you want the easy pass, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire, you can't stand the rain, take an aim. Tell him runner, he can try his best. Drive a car named after me, that's why I'm in the vet. Laugh at these niggas once again and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gon' need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10 I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk, I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. We here now, hey look. look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear clowns. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a quiet storm. Get the job done in the view and get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walk in this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga, I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it kosher. As if they make the wrong move it kosher. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo sabi, got this bitch off the hand, got the juice, got the drip, bout to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it kosher. As if they make the wrong move it kosher. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it kosher. As if they make the wrong move it kosher. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo sabi. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
Hey, Juice, let me know, sir.
Pothole in the street, fork in the road. Shit I seen with my eyes just forced me to grow. Like my grandpa cooking crack on a spoon. I'm from where if you don't sell it, then you use. Dropped out of school, I had to play the streets. Granny said they shooting up the streets. She don't know it's me. Life cheap, I made a fortune off a home invasion. Trey ate across his face, he know I ain't playing. I ain't leaving empty-handed. I remember coming home late nights with empty cannons. Now I make these devils cry when we hold camp. The only place you'll get respect, you kill that old man. Straight up. Look, I took the narrow path. I'm certified in this shit, but my apparel black. We don't walk the same walk, I'm aware of that. You never seen a nigga serve the Lord, what you staring at?
If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end. As I creep in the Camry, I let the song blast. Reminiscing of the time I walked the wrong path. Hitting licks, did whatever just to get the bread. Dropped out of school cause I chose to sell crack instead. Yeah, I was head first with a red shirt. Let them see the flag, smoking all day. You could say I was breathing gas. Used to kick those, no COVID, I ain't need a mask. Almost getting caught by the laws, heart beating fast. I thought I was destined to live this life forever. Got in class and my life changed for the better. I remember the days I used to wear a cross. Now I'm one West, so I got a better cross. I'd be dead or in jail if it wasn't for the truth. That's a miracle, no need for further proof. Endurance the goal as I grow old, but I got a ways to go, cause it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road. If you wanna take this walk, it's a long road. You gotta bear that cross, it's a long road. And put away that sin, it's a long road. Enduring to the end, it's a long road.
All right, clap it up. It's the Isupk. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Honda since 1969. We've been waking blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians up to their true culture, which is we are the Israelites in the Bible that the Bible speaks of. Once again, this is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class in Chicago. As always, I'm going to start off with the chart, and then we'll go over a couple of lessons, put some stuff up on the board, and get it cracking like that. All right. So I always go over the Lashawan Qadash chart, of course, because you never know who's new that's watching. So, of course, if you have somebody new, you don't want them to come in and not understand, the actual chart. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the chart up on the screen. Anybody who wants the chart, I'm about to put it up on the screen so you can get it big. So this is the Lashawan Qadash chart. I know a lot of times you can't really see it in the actual picture when we're doing videos. So for anybody who wants to take a snapshot of the Lashawan Qadash chart, this is it. And as you see, the top is the ancient Hebrew language. You got the characters, that's ancient Hebrew. And then you have the English that spells out what the ancient Hebrew language is saying. And then you go down to that second row. And as you can see, it says the Syrian Hebrew language. These are the plantings. And then if you can see where that big arrow is, the first big arrow where it says use these letters if letters above fall at the end of a word. So these characters are the same as the ones above them. They mean the exact same thing, except for the one at the bottom is used for if it's put at the end of a word. And then the bottom, at the very bottom, is just the handwritten version. So if we was to write in Hebrew, that would be the handwritten way of writing it. You understand? It's just like when you're looking at a book, the book letters is written, the book letters is typed in a different form than if we was to write that out. You understand? So that's the difference between what you see in the printing versus the handwritten. It's nothing drastically different, other than it's just saying this is how you will see it like in a book, and this is the way you will see it if you actually looked at it written, on tablets or any scrolls or anything that was preserved. All right. All right, I'm gonna go. All right. So of course we got a few people who has been in class and been watching. So, but this is for the people who hasn't been. All right. So I'm gonna go over this Lashawan Qadash board again. Lashawan Qadash simply means holy tongue. It's Black Hispanics, North American Indians culture, and the way we spoke when we had our own culture and civilization in cities and communities. This is the way we spoke in this Lashawan Qadash tongue. Like I said, you read from right to left. This is merely just Lashawan Qadash in the ancient Hebrew. That's what this means at the top. Excuse me. All right, pardon me. So this is the way we would had spoke it in when we had our culture under the King David's kingdom, Solomon, under those times, Saul, and those times where we actually had our own land, we were actually speaking and writing things in this way, in this form. All right. So as always, I'm gonna start off with the chart, let you know what some of these characters mean. If you go, I'll go right to left. This will be A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Da. So the Hebrew language is a simple form of language. It's not complex like the English language is. You understand? So these characters right here, these 22 characters were enough to spell out a whole language for people, for our foreparents. You understand? Now, the difference between the ancient Hebrew and the Assyrian Hebrew is ancient Hebrew is the tongue and the way we saw it from the beginning of time. Everybody knows the story of Adam and Eve. During the time of Adam and Eve, everyone spoke Hebrew. So you got to realize something. Adam and Eve wasn't the first people on earth. They, like, I know the Christian church tells you that, but that's not the case. Adam and Eve, when they got orders from the Most High, whenever the angels spoke in the Bible, they spoke in this tongue. All right, this would be the ancient. The only difference is the way it's written. You understand? So the Assyrian Hebrew is the Hebrew we got once we went into the Assyrian captivity. So of course, over years and over time, you've been into a certain captivity. Things tend to change just a tad bit. You understand? So these characters change. They still mean the exact same thing. It doesn't lose its power. It doesn't lose its sound. The characters is just perceived different. You understand? Right now, we read in our Sabbath service, in our feasts, on our feast days and stuff like that, we read in the Assyrian Hebrew. All right? This is the same Hebrew that was around when Christ was here. You understand? So just like in the ancient Hebrew, Assyrian Hebrew is the same sound. Abba, the ga, the da, the ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, kwa, and ra, sha, and ta. All right. Now, I don't know which one Christ is going to deem the actual form, because of course men make writings for the visual side of being a human. So of course, in the beginning, you make characters that sound like the sound that's coming out of your mouth. So whatever these pictures are actual pictures of something that whoever, whenever this was created, it's these sounds made. You know what I'm saying? So something sounded like an eye for them to make this into this character. Maybe the rounds of your eye. I don't know, but that's usually how you create characters when it comes down to building a language and a vocabulary, especially when it comes to writing. All right. I'm gonna give you one more second to take a look at the board, and then I'm gonna move on. All right, I'm gonna back the camera up a little bit because I want you to get this other board too. You know what? I'm just gonna focus it on this board just so you can get a close up of what I'm putting up here. So I can. All right. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna go over is prepositions with nouns. I always forget which one is a good marker. Here we go. Prepositions with nouns. All right. Now, some of the prepositions would be in or by. This means the same thing. See, in the Hebrew language, what you gonna start to realize is a lot of words can mean more than one thing. You understand? So even like when we make names and we build our names in the school, you can have the same Hebrew word in your name, and the difference is one means power and one means strength. You understand? So you got to realize that the Hebrew language, that's how versatile it is when it comes to what a certain word can mean. All right, in, with, in, by, and with. All right, and that's simply. And if you go on the Lashawan Qadash chart, it'll be the ba. All right. Then you have as, like, according to. And then you have the ka. So whenever you see this ka within a word, especially at the beginning, then it's pretty much going to be, in, or as something, like something, according to something. It's going to be ka, meaning, these phrases. All right, and then the last one is to, for, or at. That's the la in the Hebrew. So when we say during our Sabbath services, we usually first reader comes up, gets you get your cup of wine to salute, and the first thing you say is you lift the cup and you say what? Go ahead.
Yashala.
You say what? Go ahead.
Yashala.
It's not Yah. It's La.
Lashawan.
It's La Yashala,
La
which
Yashala.
means for Israel. That's the salute. You get the wine drink. You go La Yashala for Israel. You've seen those old those old war Roman war movies. They said for Iceland or for Rome, or you know what I'm saying. That's the same way we do during our Sabbath service. For Israel, La Yashala. All right. So these are your prepositions. I wish I would have wrote this a little bit smaller, and I may do it because I want to get some of y'all involved in this. That's fine. I do it like that. All right. So if you won't take a snapshot of this, you got the prepositions. What we're gonna go into is the prepositions connected to the nouns in our next keyword. All right. So get those down. And realize too also that these prepositions have other meanings. That like the Lashawan Qadash is so complex. Even the in, by, and with, there's still more, because if you go into today's terms, even in, by, and with can mean more than just what they mean. So of course, in order for us to suffice for that, we put the basics down. This is the basics. All right. This is going to be simple when we put the nouns with it. All right. I'm going to take this off the board. Sorry, I could have kept that. All right. Now we're going to use some of those prepositions, and we're going to put nouns with it. All right. So now, remember, these can equal in, by, or with, as, like, or according to, for, or at. All right. When do you use these prepositions? All right. So how do you say father in Hebrew? Which would be Abba. All right. Let's put it up here. I'm just going to leave these over here so you can see them. You have father, which is he looks disgusting. All right, Abba. So in order for this to say like father, what would you have to add to this? It says father. I wanted to say like father. Matter of fact, I wanted to say forefather. How would you write that out if we want to say forefather? So we know the prepositions. You have your prepositions over there. So if you want to say forefather, father means that at the top. So what does it mean? So how would you spell out forefather? Or to father?
So
That's a yeah. Don't mind me. Don't worry, we don't have no choice but to write it good when Christ returns. That's how we gonna be right. Correct. That says la'ab, or forefather, or to father. Like I'm writing a letter to father, or I'm pitching water for father. That's how you would pronounce it. La'ab. You understand? There you go. The water, I appreciate it. Okay. So I'll do the next one. Here's another one. Peace. Everybody knows peace means shalom. In the Hebrew, peace would be, and I butcher this one every time. Shalom or shalom, but it's spelled like shalom, but this is not shalom, it's shalom. Shalom means peace. All right. Now, if I want to make this for peace, or if I want to make this with peace, I would have to do what? Just raise your hand. If anybody, you got any, make sure nobody in here with a question. All right, we good to go. If you want to make this with Slaki, if you want to make this for peace, Slaki, if you want to make this with peace, what do you want to put up there? You can just tell me I do this one. I don't want to have you keep coming up there.
With peace, Slaki, sir, you will start with this from right to left with shalom.
Shalom. So ba. So this is considered a ba. All you would do you would add this ba. All right. So ba shalom. Let's do another one. I want to do the according to. So word in the Hebrew is dabar. Yeah, dabar. All right. Dabar. Now, if you want to make this according to the word, you would have to add the ka, which is on the Lashawan Qadash board as the ka or the ka, and that would mean as, like, or dabar, according to a word. All right? This means according to a word. So to be this. That's according to a word. So it's pretty simple. These prepositions right here are words that you can words you put together to go with a noun, a person, place, or a thing, and it starts to form a sentence. All right, or it gives the noun its character. All right. You got anything on online? Any questions? We good. All right. Yeah, we good. Most High in Christ. All right, I'm gonna give y'all a little second to do this. Tap that down. Now, what I do want to show you is, because I know we have a lot of brothers and sisters that was raised in the Christian church. A lot of us don't even believe that that this is even a thing. So I'm gonna show you what I came across. It was an actual text that they just found. It's in the museum right now, and there you go, right there. No, yes. So if you look at the top portion where it's grayish, that's the actual writings in the Lashawan Qadash in the Hebrew tongue. Of course, the bottom is Yiddish. It's what was created after, there was a council to change up the Hebrew language, of course, by the oppressor. So the top is an actual what we see over here on the Lashawan Qadash board. That's exactly what you're seeing at the top. And you can see how the ancient, let me click off here so I can show you. If you go over here to the ancient, a lot of those characters that was on that chart, that was on that page, is all up here. So for you fake Israelite groups who saying that it don't matter if we do the Lashawan, if the Hebrew is right, not like, it is very important that we understand what our culture is. All right, because the Chinese do, the Russians do, the Ukrainians do, America does. Why do you think it was so important that they taught you their language? Because to them, their language is power. It gives them power. The whole world speaks English. Every country you go to has the head of that country has to know English, because that's the power that runs the world today. So we got to also understand when Christ returns, there's going to be a power that runs the world, and just like before time, everybody in the world is going to speak Hebrew. All right, so this is why this is so important. All right, go ahead.
Salaki, sir, if I could, what you bringing out is so heavy because with one of my slaves I work, like I delivered to a lot of body shops that's ran by East Indians and Arabs. And when I go in there, they definitely have the Assyrian handwriting still up on their calendars and little things that they doing. So even though they over here in America speaking English, they still go by the Assyrian handwriting.
Damn right. And shit, it's like even more with that. Like I always say, you go to Chinatown, and Chinatown is all Chinese lettering, Chinese words. If a nigga go to Chinatown, you ain't gonna know where the hell you going. You don't know if you're going into a massage parlor, a restaurant, a gas station, a Quickie Mart. You don't know because everything in Chinatown is written in Chinese.
Right.
You understand? You will never go into not one city unless you come to the ISUPK, into a school, into the ISUPK, and see our language, the language we were born to speak, because we've been in captivity. Slavery, that's what slavery does. And if you don't think the whole world is enslaved by, the character of the white man, then why does everybody in the world speak English? Like if it was me, I would rebel and say, I'm gonna speak my own language. Y'all speak what I speak. Hispanics come to America, well, Hispanics come to North America, and which is really their land, and you tell them why you speaking Spanish, you should speak American. If you're gonna come to our what they say, you come to our country, then you should speak our language. When this ain't your country. This was their country before.
Right.
You understand? So, all right, I'm gonna wipe this off. All right. Just a reminder, we got another high holy day coming up. We have the feast. Well, we have the Day of Atonement, which is coming up. This will be October 4th. This will be on a Tuesday. Of course, sundown. This is how we measure our days according to the Bible. It's sundown to sundown. This is the day to afflict yourselves for the Most High. You understand? Right. There was not one man who loved the Lord that didn't have to feel the affliction and the wrath of pain and or death. You know, if you really love the Lord, you have to afflict yourself. You understand? And we do this as a family in the ISUPK. Around the world, in every school, from Europe to the United States to Haiti to the islands to Canada, we will all be afflicting ourselves in the name of the Lord. All right. So if you're Black, Hispanic, North American Indian, you know how they say give back. This is the way you give back to the Lord. You understand? No food, no drink, no drinks, no water, no nothing for that span of time, sundown to sundown. And then after that, we're gonna feast like a family that loves each other. You understand? All right, next one I'm going to is, bear with me for a second. Forms and nouns in a construct relationship. All right. Nouns. All over the board. Forms and nouns in a construct relationship. All right. So of course, nouns can be plural, they can be singular. They can be feminine, They can be masculine. All right. So let's go over some of the plural, absolute plural. All right. Sons. So now what the plural construct does is it turns it from plural absolute, which is if I speak to you and say sons, these are my sons, versus sons of, these are the sons of Kaziawan, versus these are Kaziawan's sons. All right, it's just the different ways that we speak things in English. All right. So the thing that changes this from a plural to a plural construct is simply this. This what makes it plural. And this what makes it the plural construct. So in order to make it a plural construct, you have to get rid of this. You have to get rid of this character, these two characters, and add that character to the end of the word. All right? And slash that. That's what threw me off. All right, so sons. Sons would be normally Buniyam. That would be the plural version of sons, Banayam. Now, if you want to make it a plural construct to say sons of, you will merely just change Banya. So it goes from Banyam to Banya. This means sons. This means sons of. And this same rule goes for any word that ends with the yum, especially when it comes to the masculine words. When you get to the feminine words, it's more of the wa. You understand? The you know what I'm saying? Our feminine words is more of wop and and stuff like that, which I'll get to later on too as well. All right. How about days? Days. Oh, sorry. Days. Yum, yum, and yum. Yum. Yum and yum. Or days. So in order to change this to days of, what would I do? If I want to change this to a plural construct, what do I do?
Slide insert the days, the character. This character missing something? Or is it, or am I reading it wrong?
Yum and yum?
Yum.
Ma. Yum. Ma. Yum.
Yeah.
Mom. At the bottom. That's this. Salaki. That's all I got.
If I could.
Nah, go ahead.
If I could. Just for the viewers at home. Because if I could, that would look like the sh without the middle character. If I could, Kyle. So we got yum, the ma.
Mm-hmm.
So there goes. Like
Everybody ain't great draws like you, Car.
So like it, sir. If I could, we just needed to ma.
Oh, you want written? Okay. No sweat. Now,
I could go. So like if I could, I could go. You want the handwritten? I could show you where you're going if I could, sir. I could show you an easier way if I could. That way the viewers at home don't get confused.
Well, they got the Lashawan Qadash chart. So I'm gonna spell this out for y'all at the end of it too. So just so you can know what to look at the chart. All right. And this is
yeah.
Yummy yum.
Because you had it right.
But I'm just not good with drawing.
I
figured it out.
I understand, sir.
All right, so in order to change this to days of, you want to go days of? Then all you do is take the out the end of the word. It'll be young. Scared to write it now. I think Car gonna come over here and correct me and shit. Yummy yuck. All right. All right, so I'll do one more. I'll do men. Men is Anashiam. First, let me write what I'm writing. Men. Nashiam. Men of. To change it into a constructive, plural constructive, would simply it'll be on a shaya or men of. If you read in the scriptures where it says men of Israel, it will say Anayasha Slakia. Anayashaya. If it says, if you just talked about the men or men period in a plural form, it would be Anashayam. Again, I think I said this before. When we salute each other, we say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Baraka Tha. If you're talking to a person in singular versus the thumb when you're talking about a plural or a group of men, you know. All right. I'll do a few more. I'll let you take this down first. All right. Take this down. I'll do a few more. Like a fact. I'm gonna go over the noun ending chart. All right. So I will erase this. These are noun endings. All right. It's broken up into two things: male, female, or masculine, feminine, what we call it. You got singular, absolute, singular construct, possessive absolute, and possessive construction. So it's the same as I was just adding those words to those nouns. These are some of those noun endings that you would use. All right. There's nothing for male, for masculine, for singular or singular construct. For feminine singular construct, you have a huh and a the. All right, so on Lashawan Qadash chart, this will be a huh and a the. Those are your feminine noun endings. So at the end of a word, a feminine word, majority of the time, is going to be a the or a huh at the end. All right. Now we're going to possessive absolutes, which would be, we just went over this, yum, all right, that's masculine. And then what's the constructive? We just went over it. If it ain't yum, then it's yeah. So when you construct the word that has yum at the end, when it's an absolute, or when it's talking about a specific, then you go yum. When it's talking about non-specific, then you go yeah. And then feminine, you have, just like I said earlier, wath. And no matter what it is, it's always going to be wath. All right. This is wath. All right. Of course, yeah. And yum. So in the school, we say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabrak the thumb, or Salaki. If we say Shalom Akwath, this is the feminine version of how you end that noun off. So it's saying, peace, sister, peace, sis. You know what I'm saying? Or however you say it. But of course, we do things with spices and pizzazz. This would be saying Shalom Akwat. It'll be Shalom sis. It's the feminine version. All right. Of course, we just went over how yam turns to yah. I'll let you get that down, and then this is the noun chart. So you will probably want to take this down, and then we'll go to the next. I had a brother come up and do a few of these exercises real quick. I'll give you about 2 more seconds with that. All right. The show must go on. So I'm gonna write out this sentence. The people of the earth. All right. So if I say the people of the earth, what is the noun in this subject? It would be people. All right. So let's look up what people is. I'm gonna look up the word for people. All right. Here we go. All right. I am. So if I wanted to change this to peoples, it'll be Ayam. Now, if I want to change it to people, the people of, what would I do to this card? If I want to change this to the people of, so I got people, I got peoples, and then I got the peoples.
Want to change it to the people of.
Kind. Peoples of. What's the rule to turn peoples to peoples of? Young makes it peoples, right? You remember we had the whole thing of it goes from peoples, from what do we say? Sons to sons of, daughters to daughters of.
Oh, okay.
What turned it from that to of? I'm trying to show me out on your drawing. Take you to council. Nah, Most High in Christ, man. This brother is Most High in Christ. Get his brother ahead, man. That's exactly what it is. Slocky. Oh yeah, because you did the handwriting. Okay, that's exactly what it is. All right. This would be considered peoples of. Peoples of.
Slocky, I forgot to ask.
All right. So we got another one. Let's do. We're going back to 83. I'm gonna do this one. The sons of Israel. All right. Sons of Israel. Of course, this is we basing our thing off the sons, which is the noun. Sons would be Slovakia. First page. Khan. Oh, Slovakia. Bond. Bond, which is son. If you want to say sons, it'll be Banyam. And then what turns this to sons of, which we're looking for. Sons of Banaya. Okay? These are constructive relationships in the Hebrew language. let y'all get that. And I'll go to the next. All right. Next, we're gonna go to pronominal. We're going to pronominal suffixes. All right. Pronominal suffixes. Pronominal suffixes. All right. Him, her, you, and you. Of course, one is masculine, one is feminine. Me, them. Of course, one is masculine, one is feminine. Us. These are called pronominal suffixes. All right. I'll write some of these out. So him would be an ending of this. Her, which is the feminine version, would be, like I said, most feminine words end with a the, like a wop, or this huff sound. You. So this you would be the masculine version of you. All right. And the masculine version and the feminine version is the same. It'll just be simply, it'll be the duh. And then you got the me, which is the ya. All right. Them will be on. You, slack it. Us, them would be two different ones. So you got the masculine version. I'm gonna put an M behind this, just like M. This is gonna be M and F. So this will be. I'm just gonna have car just write out all my damn characters. I'll learn one day. It's how the Mexicans feel this how the Isukrites feel when you tell them they need to speak English. Like, I don't know, I just do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So you got and hum as one of the thems, and then you have the na, and this will be the bottom na, the one that ends a word. All right, and then you have us, which is nawa. Nawa. All right? So these pronominal suffixes that would attach to a word too as well, a noun or a verb. After you get that noun, I'll do a few of them, and then I'll end class. I started up a little bit late today, but we definitely have a lot of new material that we put in here that I hope brothers took notes of. All right. Go ahead.
Slide, sir. Should that be up? And that be up? Like, instead of down now, because when it's down there, make it look like
No. This is a comma.
That's a comma.
Yeah, that's a comma because it can mean this or this.
Comma.
This can mean this or that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a real one.
Shoot.
All right, I'm gonna leave that over here. All right, I'm gonna have you do a couple of these card, and then we're gonna end it like that. So kept. Or they kept. Would be shamar or what? My black marker going out again. All right, so it'd be shamarwa. That means they kept. I'm putting another one up here. So I want this to say they kept her. I also want to write out they kept you using this. This is a what? Slide, yeah. That's a what? My marker going down. So that's you like your handwritten. This the ma again that you don't like. Car gonna beat me up over this ma. He gonna beat me up over this ma. So this is shamarwa. Shamarwa. So shamarwa means they kept, regardless. It means this is what that means. Now, how do we turn this to they kept her or they kept you? Using the pronominal suffixes. Go.
kept her. Shamarawa.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Shamarawa.
Mm-hmm. Now that's they kept. Now how do you make it her?
Shamarawa.
Most High Christ. So just like when we speak Hebrew and we say what's one of the words that has her at the end? Yasharala. Yasharala, you mean it in feminine because it's speaking to a people which is subservient. You know what I'm saying? It's not subservient. I don't want to say that word. I want to say that it's more feminine. When you talk about a nation of people, we a nation of people under Christ, just like a woman versus a man type of deal. All right. So now how would you spell it out if we were saying they kept you instead of her? I might take some of your techniques next week. And you left-handed too. I don't like that. Most High Christ. All right. So now this says what? It went from Shamarawa to they kept her to Shamara to Shamarawad. All right, Shamarawad, which is they kept you. Most High Christ. The water, I appreciate that.
I know what, sir.
All right. All right, so I'll give you a little chance to get that snapped in. You want to take a picture of it and keep it for yourself. All right. With that, that's the end of the Lashawan Qadash class for Chicago. I know Nashville tearing it up, man. Big ups to you, brothers. Nashville is probably out there getting it in, doing the Lord's work, man, and definitely representing Christ the correct way. So to y'all, brothers, man, shalom, and definitely y'all have a great time. But with that, that's my time. I'm pass class over to Priest and Officer Car.